also spinning that are covered with eyes. And just above the chariot and the creatures, Ezekiel sees something that looks like a throne. As he continues to stretch his neck, he looks on up and he sees on top of the throne there's a canopy. And just above the throne, he sees someone or something that looks like the Son of Humanity, as he calls it. And he sees again a rainbow. Get the picture now. Let me say it again. Ezekiel is destitute. He's homeless. He's not even in the employment line. He is sitting down on the bank of the river. He's loafing around, so to speak. And while Ezekiel is doing that and just breathing, something hits him. Did you hear what I just said? The text says that the Yad Yahweh, the hand of the living one, hits him. And he's transported. And in advanced Kabbalah, we say he ascends the worlds. Ezekiel is destitute in his body, and he's sitting on the bank of the river. And in the world of Asiya, the world of immediacy, the world of cares and concerns, in the world of unemployment, in the world of confusion, Ezekiel is in that world initially, but something hits him. Something descends down from above and begins to take him up to above from below. And so Ezekiel's posture, he's down in the ground and in the mud, so to speak, but it's his imagination now. That spirit that hits him causes him to begin to look up. And now he comes to the world of Yetzirah. This is the world of forms, of dreams, of visions, and sometimes even nightmares. So now he comes to that world, and that's where he sees the creatures that look like monsters. Is this something that's coming to help me? Listen to what I'm saying. Or is it coming to destroy me? In my mortality, I can't distinguish if it is for me or against me. My God, I'm here alone and I need help. And what I see is something that looks like something that's going to destroy me. But he doesn't stop there. He keeps bending his neck and he looks up a little bit more. And now he enters into the world of Bariah. This is the world of creation and creativity. You do what I just said? Don't stop looking up. Don't stop because you're down here. Keep looking up. Look on up now. Get that bowed head to move up. And as it moves up, move your consciousness up. Did you hear what I just said? Now I'm talking about the yoga. The union that Ezekiel's beginning to move into. And so now he looks on up and he gets into the world of creativity. Things get a little bit clearer to him. There's something going on above all of the clutter and the shouting and the confusion. But he's not there yet. He keeps looking up and now he sees there's a canopy. And above the canopy is something like a stone and something sitting on top of that stone that looks like a human being, but it's not. Now he comes into the world of Atzilut. This is the world of nearness to the divine. He's coming through the four worlds here. But the four worlds are coming down to him. Don't forget that piece. When you start reaching up, something begins to reach down to you. And he looks up and he sees this being on top of this throne. And he falls down on his face as though he's dead. Now that's important. When he finally sees the nearness of divine creativity, he falls as though he is dead. And then he hears a small voice. Did you hear what I just say? voice says, Ben Adam, which is not son of man. The voice says, earth being. You know what I just said? The voice says, being of clay. The voice says, child of the first Adam that was made in my image. Stand up. You hear what I just said? Child of the first Adam. Child of the first one made in my image. Stand up. And immediately the spirit came into his body and stood back up. Ezekiel died. Listen now. The old person died that was named Ezekiel, whose name means the strong one strengthened. He died. He had to die in order for Ben Adam to live. So Ezekiel died, but Ben Adam came and stood up. Don't be afraid of the dying. Because the dying is just sleeping and falling down and being regenerated. And from that point forward throughout the book of Ezekiel, he's never called Ezekiel again except in one place. In every other place, he's called Ben Adam, child of a new being, child of a new creation, child of recreation. Are you following me on this? You see, Ezekiel had some issues. Do you have issues? Ezekiel was a priest, and he also had misogynistic tendencies. I'm talking about the man Ezekiel. No other brothers like that now. Ezekiel was a priest, and he had a certain understanding of how things ought to operate and how they should be arranged in the temple. The protocol. Ezekiel had issues, even about how God was doing things. Don't think anybody know that one, do you? Ezekiel had issues. So Ezekiel and his issues had to gradually die in order for Ben Adam to be born and then grow in the process of 40 some odd additional chapters in the book of Ezekiel. You see, when you read the book of Ezekiel, what you don't understand is that this is a book of an initiation of a human being who had to die to himself and to his issues in order to be born again, in order to see something he hadn't seen before. Faith is the substance of things hoped for. It's what? It's the evidence of things not seen yet. So, when we get to chapter 47, Ezekiel, in the intervening chapters, has had a tour guide, so to speak. An angelic being who has guided him through various stages of the initiation. And we come right in the midst of the action, where now this God has a reed and a flax cloth in its hand. And in chapter 40 it tells us it's a sun-kissed being, golden brown being, with linen clothes on and a cloth. He said, Ezekiel, now that we just about got through your issues, let me show you something. Come with me. And he takes Ezekiel, and he begins to show Ezekiel a structure that we would call the temple. Remember now, the temple in Jerusalem had been destroyed. But in Ezekiel's mind, he begins to see something else. And so he takes him and he shows him a structure.